Smite reaches the 10 million player milestone, Blade & Soul reveals a 7th class. All that and more, I'm Zach Sharps and this is Free to Play Weekly. First off in the news this week, the action-packed free-to-play MOBA Smite just reached a milestone to remember. Hi-Res Studios' very popular title just hit the 10 million player mark. Of course, this doesn't mean 10 million players are actually concurrently playing it. However, what this does mean is that 10 million unique people have checked out the game and gave it a go. In celebration, Hi-Res Studios is reviving the original Hercules character model from Smite's early PC beta days as an all-new retro Herc skin. Anyone who wins 10 PvP matches in August will unlock Hercules as a playable god, along with the Hercules retro skin and a brand new Hercules voice pack. I'd say that's a pretty awesome way to give back to players. Those of you Hearthstone fans out there, and I know there is many of you, are going to be very happy to hear that Blizzard has announced a brand new expansion for their hit free-to-play digital card game. The expansion is called the Grand Tournament and takes place story-wise after the Argent Tournament and the Lich King's defeats. Feature-wise though, this expansion will expand on the game by adding in 130 brand new cards and a new keyword called Inspire that activates every time a player uses his or her hero power. Overall, this expansion seems like it will add a brand new dimension to Hearthstone and further the depth of deck creation. Pretty cool to see if you're a fan of the game. What happens after numerous DDoS attacks, bomb threats that reroute your plane, and you threaten a hacking group on Twitter? Well, if you're in John Smedley's shoes, the next step is resigning from a company that you've been with for a very long time. That's right guys, Smedley has resigned from his role as CEO of Daybreak, and former Chief Operating Officer Russell Shanks will be filling his shoes as CEO. Those of you who are fans of Smedley will be happy to know that this is just a leave of absence and he is expected to return in a new position down the line. I've always enjoyed Smedley's blunt attitude, however, I don't think anyone could be fully positive about the guy considering his very low approval rating among internal employees and questionable decisions in the past. However, I feel for the guy because if I was in his shoes, I'd be furious with the lax attitude the government's taking towards these hackers as well as the chaos they have caused for Daybreak. How do you guys feel about this? The long-awaited, highly anticipated free-to-play MMORPG Blade & Soul was in the news this week, and no, the game's not being cancelled, it's alright. This time around though, a winter release of the game, as we all know, is coming, but NCSoft has now confirmed a 7th class to the already suspected 6th class lineup for the martial arts action MMO. The addition to the lineup is the Agile Blade Dancer class, which looks pretty fun to play. However, just like in the other versions of Blade & Soul, some classes will be restricted by race, which may annoy some players, including myself, but at least we're getting more classes than expected, which is certainly welcome. You know what else is welcome? The question of the week. Last week on the show, I asked you guys which anime you would love to see turn into an MMO. Many of you, and I mean many of you guys, wanted to chime in on this one. A lot of you guys with very intriguing answers, some anime that I've never even heard of. A user by the name of Renent C said the following: personally, I would love it if Log Horizon would be turned into an MMO because they show a great amount of content that would be quite enjoyable for an actual MMO, such as the vast and complex class system, engaging combat, NPC interaction where the lives of the NPC actually matters, being able to own properties such as houses/buildings for your guild, world exploration where you can even ride griffins, and simply because the concept of having a dystopian Japan scenery as their universe is just plain awesome. Thanks for your reply, and if you want your comment possibly featured in next week's episode, make sure to leave a comment down below. This week's question is, are you currently satisfied with NCSoft in regards to how they are handling Blade & Soul in the West? Be sure not to flame each other if you have differing opinions. I know Blade & Soul is a very anticipated title and has a very large following, but be kind to your fellow MMO bombers and have another intriguing discussion. Speaking of an intriguing discussion, I didn't think I'd ever say Nintendo free-to-play and PC all in the same sentence. However, I guess there is a first for everything, right? The Nintendo Wii U exclusive Devil's Third is dropping its exclusivity tag to release first on the Wii U in Q4 of this year, but then later as a free-to-play PC title. Devil's Third is an over-the-top, third-person action shooter that combines modern military weaponry with ninja-style swordplay and melee combat. As the trailer shows, it certainly seems to be very over-the-top, but a possible joy to play. However, it will be interesting to see how it will be monetized and whether or not it will breed the potential for more third-party Nintendo exclusives, or even first-party, on the PC. Something I felt was very, very far-fetched, but maybe now it's not. Well guys, that does it for the news this week. Slow in terms of MMORPGs, I know, and I'm sure some of you will voice that in the comments below. You guys tend to whenever it's not really a MMORPG heavy week. But as always, you guys could check out our weekly giveaways up on mmobomb.com. Bookmark the page and check it daily to ensure that you never miss one. As for myself, signing off until next week's Free to Play Weekly, I'm Zach Sharps, and I'll catch you guys next time.